so excited to be live with you today. So we're going to give everyone a couple of minutes to jump on here and join us before I start getting to the really exciting stuff. And I'm just so excited to be here with you guys. It's been a little while since I've been live, so I'm pumped to be back, and I hope that you are too. As you're joining me, let me know that you can hear me okay and see me okay, and then we'll get started here in just a minute. I can see I have a couple of you joining me. I had 2 drinks today with me. I have coffee and water, so if you see me alternating, that's why. I feel like I lose my voice a lot when I'm on these lives because I try to talk really loud so you guys can hear me, and it kind of strains my voice a little bit. So I try to have a couple of drinks on hand just in case I need them. So let me know when you jump in, where you're joining me from, and that you can hear me okay and see me okay, and then we will get started. I'm also going to share this live stream onto Facebook to make sure that we can have some friends join us. Okay, there we go. Live chat, got that turned on. I've also never been live from my iPad before, so that's new for me. But I wanted to come on and tell you guys some exciting updates. I'm so excited. Hey, Lady C from South Carolina, glad you're joining me. Hey, Annie. And hello from South Africa. How cool. So glad to have you. So glad to have you. All right. We'll share this onto Facebook real quick. Hey, Debbie, thanks for joining me. Hey, 143. I'm so glad you guys are here. Oh, you guys, I have such exciting stuff to talk to you about. I'm so pumped. And I know you're not used to me being live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That is definitely different for us, huh? Yes, Debbie's from little old Tennessee, she says. Hey, Brooke, thanks for joining me. Very good, very good. Oh, you guys, man, it's been a while since I've been live. I feel like I'm a little rusty, maybe. We'll see. Okay, I got that shared to Facebook. I think I might share that to my personal page too. Make sure all the friends can join us. I know many of you are at work, so if you're catching this on the replay, you can still say hello and let me know where you are joining me from. Nobody is telling me that you can't hear me, so I'm guessing that you can hear me okay and the connection is all good. I'm just going to share this to my personal Facebook page, and then we'll be good to go. All right, cool. So I'm going to shut my laptop and we'll get to this fun announcement, and it's so much fun stuff. Oh, hello, there's 22 of you joining me. How exciting. Hey, Patricia from Michigan and Leanne from snowy Michigan. Very good. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yeah, I have Kayla Norton is a friend of mine, and she was showing me pictures of the snow earlier, and I'm so jealous because here in Kentucky, when we get snow, it tends, or well, when we get cold weather, we don't tend to get snow along with it. We just get cold and yucky. Hello, you from Cali, and Donna from Phoenix, Arizona. It's so neat to hear where you guys are all joining me from. In case you guys don't know, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Kayla, I was just talking about you and all your snow. Hi, Susan, you're from Louisville too. That's cool. Yeah, in case you guys are just now joining me or you've never joined me before, I live in Louisville, Kentucky, so that's where I am joining you from. Hello from Blue Springs, Missouri. I hate snow. Carla, I love snow, or at least let me say it like this. Cami says, howdy, Alex from Montana. Hey. Hey, Cassandra. Hi from Tennessee. Very good. But anyway, if it's going to be cold, I would rather it at least be snowing. Like, that's what, like, I don't necessarily like, well, I guess I do like the snow. I don't love the cold, but if it's going to be cold, I'd rather it be pretty and white instead of just dreary and rainy and blah. So that would be my preference. We've gotten actually a little bit more than we normally do, which is exciting, even just for January. Cami says, I like snow, but hey, nice. I agree. We had to actually turn around this weekend. My husband and I were out somewhere, and we actually had to turn around and come back home because the roads were getting so bad so quickly. So I hear you. Oh, Donna moved to get out of the cold. Look at y'all go. Good for you. Well, I'm from Ohio, so we're pretty used to the cold. It's just, I feel like it's just kind of ingrained in who we are. Hey, Diane, thanks for joining me. I love you guys too. Okay, so I've talked about the weather long enough. I feel like I always talk about something random to get started. So you guys may have noticed from the title of this video, my big exciting announcement is that I'm officially a full-time creator for DIY Alex, and I am so excited to start this journey out with you guys. It is definitely a scary one for me, a risky one. But I am super excited to go on this journey because for those of you who have been around the whole time, I've been doing DIY Alex for, let's see, um, I guess this January would pretty much be about 2 years. Before I did this, I sold custom items, like personalized items with my Cricut. So I guess I've been in business a little bit longer than that, but I've been creating content for about 2 years exactly. And I just felt like I got to this place where my little part time job outgrew the status of part time, and it was time for me to take it full time. So I am so excited to join you guys more often, to have more time to create for you, and just see where this goes. Oh, thank you, Kayla. Oh, it's so sweet to hear from you guys. Uh, Cami says, P.S. How much weight have you lost? You look amazing. Thanks, Cami. Not a ton. But I've been working super hard. I've been working really hard with my trainer to work out harder. So that's probably where you're seeing those changes. But thanks, girl. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know how much that changes for you guys. But I am just so excited to take on this journey. Josie said, does it mean that you are not with 143 Vinyl anymore? Sorry if I'm misunderstanding. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Thank you, Josie. So great point. So yes, that does mean that I am not officially an employee anymore of 143 Vinyl. But here's the good news. So as you guys can see, I am still an affiliate of 143 Vinyl, which is why we are doing the mystery boxes today, which is what I'm leading into next. So technically, you're right. I do not have a position on the marketing team anymore. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you can always refer those to Heather. But I'm still a 143 Vinyl affiliate. I still love 143 Vinyl so very much. I'm still going to be buying their products and promoting their products when they come out with new ones, and my favorite ones that I love, which is another reason why we decided to do this mystery box. So that will lead me into this next one. So in case you guys have not seen, the very first DIY Alex mystery box is out and it's live right now. So if you want to check that out, there is a link in the video's description if you want to go give that a shot. The contents of the mystery box are actually a secret. I know sometimes, like with Cricut mystery boxes and things like that, sometimes they're not a secret, but I am actually keeping the contents of my mystery box a secret until later this week. But I can tell you that it contains the materials for up to 6, well, at least 6 projects, I guess is the best way to say it, because I have 6 projects outlined for you in this box. But assuming that you don't use the entire sheet for each project, which you won't, you'll have plenty more to make like tons of other stuff. So that's less than $10 a project based on all the stuff in this box. And it's some of my favorite things at 143. So I hope you guys will check that out if you want to follow along with me. And I think it's going to be really fun. I'm going to do an unboxing here on YouTube on Friday. So on this coming Friday, I will show you guys what is in the box. And then starting next week, I'm going to start going live and doing the projects that are in the box. So the great thing about these kinds of mystery boxes is just because you are getting this box full of materials does not mean that you're going to get it and then you're not going to know what to do with it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate getting a box full of fun stuff and then being like, wait a minute, what is all this and what the heck do I do with it? So first of all, the box does come with a list of materials, so you know what's actually in the box as soon as you open it if you look at that piece of paper. And then I'm also going to show you how to use everything in that box, either using existing videos that I already have, which I'm not going to tell you which ones because that would narrow down what's in the box. But then for the ones that I don't have a video for, I'm going to show you how to do it either live or in a recorded video. I haven't quite decided yet how I'm going to get all that content out to you, but I will show you how to use everything in the box so that nothing goes to waste. So that will be really nice, hopefully for you guys, and especially if you are a beginner. I've had a lot of questions and people saying, well, if I'm a beginner, is this box for me? Like, is this going to work? And it's perfect for you because it's kind of like, it's almost like a guided project box. And even if you can't watch the videos right when I post them or right when I go live, you can always go backwards and go check them out when you do have time to craft them. Like, I know several people are like, oh my gosh, I haven't even done my Christmas mystery box. And that's okay, because you can always go back to these videos. They stay here forever. I'm also going to write a blog post for you guys that details all the links for all the videos. So if you ever need to refer back to a list of like, oh, what video goes with what product, I'm going to have that all set up for you, if that makes sense. So I'm super looking forward to these boxes, you guys. They just are full of such fun products, and the feedback that I've gotten, sorry, I'm shaking the table. My iPad's on the table. I've gotten feedback so far that people are loving these boxes, and I'm so excited, and I hope that the rest of you love them as well. I loved putting them together. I love all the products in the box. Oh, and I'm so excited to do this. So let me read your comments. Sorry, I didn't see them for a couple minutes. just wanted to make sure that I got everything out and I made it make sense of everything. Oh, thank you, Josie. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, Kayla Norton got her box today and she's super excited about it. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Denise says, congratulations from Delaware. Creators like you are my biggest inspiration and motivation. It's not a job when you love what you do. Yes, Denise, I so agree. And honestly, oh, thank you, Cammy. You're so sweet. And you guys, and I want you to know, and I wanted to say this directly to you because I know that some of you may be upset or discouraged that I left 143, but I really hope that you don't feel that way because I'm still going to be moderating the Facebook group. I'm still going to be an affiliate and I am still on great terms with everyone at the company. In fact, a few of them shed a few tears with me on Friday before I left because Friday was my last day. And I'm going to miss my job at 143 Vinyl a lot. You know, this was definitely a bittersweet thing for me. I'm really excited for this beginning, and I really feel like I'm stepping into God's purpose for my life, which is the most important thing of anything above all. I always want to follow God's purpose for my life, but that doesn't mean it was an easy decision. So I hope you guys know that. And if you're upset, I'm sorry. I hope that you are excited to see where this journey takes us. You know, it's going to be great, and I'm going to do lots more projects with 143 Vinyl. I don't even know what projects yet, but we've already talked about it. So I know that I'm still going to be around. You're still going to find me in the Facebook group. You can still tag me in the Facebook group and everything, and I'm happy to help you guys. So I hope that that makes sense, and I hope that you guys are as excited as I am, because it really is a very positive thing. I know sometimes when people leave, it can be it can feel like it's negative, or it can feel like there's, I don't know, something sneaky about it, but there's nothing sneaky about what I'm doing here, okay? I just wanted you guys to know that straight from me. That's right, Cami. God is good all the time. Agreed. And whoo, Lordy, it took me a lot of prayer to get to this place today. And, you know, I really never knew that it would lead here, which is the funny part. I didn't really start DIY Alex with the intention to go full time at some point. It was just one of those things where, you know, as it started growing and it started having more financial potential for me, I started thinking, well, that would be interesting. I didn't even really, you know, when I started this 2 years ago, I didn't even understand how people made money on YouTube or made a living doing this. That didn't even make any sense to me. So I've learned and I've grown so much in the past couple of years. And I just never really knew that this would lead, but finally at some point, God pushed me out of the nest and he was like, okay, time for you to go. And so I had to make this bittersweet decision. But like I said, I still love 143 Vinyl so much, and I'm still going to be around, so don't be worried. I'm just excited to see where this journey takes me. And I'm also excited to spend more time actually creating, because I love my job at 143 so much. But as you guys know, with any job, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of administrative work and behind the scenes things. And so I'm really excited to kind of remove some of that admin work so that I can go back to really creating, which is what I really love to do for you guys. So you're going to see me on here a lot more, which is really exciting. And my team's going to keep growing. I don't know if you guys know that, but I have a couple people that I work with that help me out with things, like my Friday videos that I release every Friday at 8 are usually edited by my editor. So I have an amazing editor that helps me with that. I have a friend of mine who actually writes blog posts for me. So she takes my videos and she turns them into blog posts. And you haven't seen those yet because I haven't had time to utilize my website a whole lot, but you're going to see me use my website, DIYAlex.com, more this year. It's just going to be a really exciting year, and I'm so excited to have you guys along for the ride. And I want to thank you as well, because I couldn't be here without you guys watching my videos, using my affiliate links, and doing everything that you do to support me. That's the only way that I could make this happen. So I really want to thank you guys too, from the bottom of my heart, for helping make this dream, you know, something that they can really be feasible and actually like live on. So I'm excited, and I'm not gonna lie, a little nervous, but I think it's gonna be great because God always provides, you know. If this is his plan, he'll make it work. So that's what I'm along for the ride. Donna wants to know, will you be doing more screen printing? Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I miss screen printing so much. And I've got some really cool plans this year with ways that we're going to screen print in different ways and learn new techniques. I'm so excited. So excited. Thank you guys for being so excited for me. I'm just really blessed to have you, and I really appreciate your positivity and your support too, because it means everything to me. Laura G says, I'm sure they will miss you, but as your friend, they're probably super excited for you too. Thank you, Laura. That is the impression that I got from talking with all my coworkers over the past couple of weeks. We're gonna miss each other a lot, but that's okay because I'll be back. I've even talked with Heather about potentially still going live somewhat from the 143 Vinyl Studio with her. Probably not on a regular basis or anything like that, but at some point we will definitely get the Hot Mess Express back together. I've even talked to her, I don't know if she'll do it or not, but about bringing Heather over to my house so we could go live on YouTube and still have all the fun that we normally do, because I'm going to miss that so much. There is nothing like the Hot Mess Express, you know? I just can't recreate that by myself. Oh, thank you. Oh, Kayla, you guys are so sweet. Ah, Kayla says it's so easy to follow you. You are so positive and helpful and make everyone feel good about crafting. Ah, thanks, you guys. You're so sweet. All the hearts to all of you, because I just can't even explain it to you guys. I was so nervous to tell you guys. I was excited, but I was nervous too, because I didn't really know what your reactions would be. So I'm just really grateful that you're all here and so sweet. So that's my big main announcement. That's the main point of this video, but also to tell you guys about the mystery boxes, because I just got an update from Heather not too long ago, and she said that there are less than 100 mystery boxes left. So, and we just launched them at 10 o'clock this morning. So that means that we're like way below selling half of them over the past 3 hours or so. So that means that they're probably going to sell it out pretty quickly. So if you want to grab a mystery box, I definitely recommend it. I may have already said this and I can't remember for sure. But the items in my box, there was a total retail cost of over $63. And the boxes are on sale for $50 with also free shipping included. So that's a pretty good deal. That's 20% off of the materials. So even if you don't use them for the projects that I show you how to use them, that's still 20% off of all of that product. And there's a lot packed into that box. I guess because I have the advantage of knowing the inventory a little bit, I was able to pack the box full of just stuff that I feel like is really, really good stuff. And I think you guys are really going to like it. I have my mystery box downstairs that I'm so excited to show you guys this coming Friday. So that's kind of how that's going to work. Since we had a first round of boxes last week, I know a lot of folks are getting them like in the next day or two. So to give you guys that are ordering today a couple days to get your boxes in the mail, I'm going to do an unboxing live on YouTube on Friday. I'm not sure what time yet, but I will definitely post it on Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you guys are following me there. And then starting next week, I'm going to start doing tutorials, whether those are live or recorded. I'm not sure yet. And just letting you guys know what I have resources for so that you can start with those projects. And I'm going to theme a lot of them probably in the direction of Valentine's Day a little bit. They're not necessarily Valentine's Day projects, but my thought is, since that's the next kind of holiday coming up for crafters, that we would kind of lean in that direction so that you guys can use them in the next couple of weeks. But, you know, like I said, if you guys want to use them at another time, or if you don't want to make the same projects I make, that's completely fine. Oh, thank you so much for joining me, Lindsay. That's so sweet. Hi, Nancy from Shepherdsville. Good to see you. So yeah, that's mystery boxes, like I said. Yes, and Kayla got a ton of candy in her mystery box, so good for her. I don't know that all of you guys will get that much candy, but she got loaded with candy when she opened her box. So hopefully they spoiled the rest of you too. They put candy in my mystery box for me, so hopefully they'll put some in yours too. So one last thing that I wanted to chat with you guys about. Tomorrow is the first dollar sale by Design Bundles of 2021. So that is super exciting. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that in case you guys are new around here and you haven't done one of those before. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so excited. You guys are the best. I couldn't ask for a better, more supportive and sweet audience. So I'm just really grateful to have you guys. Okay, so let's talk about the dollar sale. So let me know in the comments if you have done the $1 deal sale from Design Bundles before or not, because I know a lot of you might be new around here and you may not have seen. Oh, cool, my lipstick is smeared. Awesome. I feel like I always go on screen with something, and you guys probably never notice it, but after my live is over, almost every time I'm like, dude, like, how did this happen? Okay, Lindsay's never done the dollar sale, but you bought SVGs from them. This is Kayla's first one. Hello, Comfort and Crafts. Thanks for joining me. Oh, yes, Cassandra's done the dollar deal before, and you guys have too. Okay, good. So tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and what's the date? Hold on. Oh, hi Barb. Okay, this is your like your business name. Very good. Yes, Barb was the winner of the heat press that I gave away in December when I hit 50,000 subscribers, and she is loving her heat press. Very good. Okay, thank you, Cami. So tomorrow is the 27th. And that is the first dollar deal sale. It is Wednesday, the 27th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. So that's 11 o'clock Central time. And then that's, wait a minute, hold on. Let me calculate backwards. 12 o'clock p.m. noon Eastern time, or 11 o'clock Central time, 10 o'clock Mountain time, and 9 a.m. Pacific time, right? I think that's all the time zones. So that's when the $1 deals starts. And basically the way that this works is you have $1 to shop this sale, and you get all the SVGs that they offer. They offer them for $1 a piece for that 1 hour only. But it's not just necessarily SVGs. There are SVG files, there are fonts, there are bundles, there are print and cut images. Sometimes there are sublimation images. I noticed that this is the first dollar deal sale that I've noticed that has a Procreate brush set, which is super exciting. So if you guys have an iPad and you use Procreate to create any of your designs, they have a brush bundle that is going to be on sale for $1. So lots and lots of great stuff. And the reason that you want to check this sale out every single month is because it changes every month as well. It's almost always, at least in the past year or so, it's been the last Wednesday of every month at noon Eastern time. So it stays pretty consistent with that, but they change the items in the sale every single month. So that's why you always want to make sure to check back. And so there's a couple things that you can do today to help make sure that you maximize the time that you have, because I know that even though 1 hour is kind of a long time, it can also be quick. If you guys work and you're on lunch, or even if you're just around home, you can totally end up missing it. It's not that hard to do. So a couple of things that I would recommend if you've never done the $1 deals before, I definitely recommend going to designbundles.net and creating an account if you don't already have one. That means you've never downloaded an SVG or anything like that before. I would go ahead and log in and create an account so that that's done and out of the way. The second thing that I would do is actually preview everything that is on sale, because they already show everything that's going to be involved in the dollar sale. You can find that in the dollar deal section of their website. They also have a great like Facebook event and Facebook group that they update with dollar sale deal stuff. Say that 10 times fast. Dollar deal sale stuff. And so that's where I usually see a lot of the previews, but I definitely recommend that you check it out and you kind of see what you want to buy, or see what you've got your eye on, so that it makes it a little bit quicker to check out. Because, today while you're relaxed, you can click on it and check out everything that's included in each of the bundles and all of that good stuff. Now, there's other things that you can do that are totally optional and you don't have to do them. But one thing that I recommend that you do is get on there and preload a little bit of money into your account. I want to say the minimum is $30. I could be wrong, but there are 30 items, so that would be $1 a piece. So you could buy everything for $30. But if you go ahead and preload money into your account, if you pay with that store credit tomorrow, you'll save 10% on everything that you buy. So you'll get everything for 90 cents instead of everything for $1 a piece. Oh, Kayla says $20 is the minimum. Okay, so $20 is the minimum that you can add to your account. But if you're gonna buy from it anyway, I don't think that it's too big of a deal if you already know that you shop from Design Bundles. It's not like you're loading your account with something you're not going to use. You know what I mean? So you get that 10% discount if you top up with store credit, I think is what they call it, aka put money in your account, and then tomorrow you get everything for 90 cents a piece. And the other thing you want to keep in mind, in addition to the 30 potential deals on sale for $1, is there are usually, what do they call them, after party, or like after bonus deals, secret deals, I don't know. So basically, after you check out with whatever you decided you want to buy, then sometimes they will offer you a second set of secret deals that you don't get to see until you check out. But that might be something to keep in mind too, in case you want to put a little bit more money in there so that you can cover that as well. Laura says, newbie here. Do these upload into Design Space easily? Yes, Laura, they absolutely do. That's where I get almost everything That's where I get almost everything that I use in my projects, because for you guys, it's really important that I give you files that you can reuse if you want to. So I get almost everything from either Design Bundles or Creative Fabrica, and I buy a lot of it during the $1 deal sale because that's an amazing deal. So yeah, so I hope that that helps. And I have videos on how to download SVGs and put them into Design Space, and I also have a video on how to upload fonts into Cricut Design Space as well, so that you can use either of those things in like with your Cricut machine with Design Bundles. And if you need any help, you guys know you can always message me and I'm happy to walk you through that. I actually ended up doing tutorials on the iPad as well. So I have tutorials on how to upload SVGs into Cricut Design Space using an iPad, and how to upload a font using your iPad to use with Cricut Design Space. So I've got all your bases covered as far as how to utilize all of that. Laura says, thank you. Been trying to decide if you want to keep Cricut Access. That is a great question. And really, that is totally your preference. People ask me this a lot as to whether or not what I think about Cricut Access. I personally have Cricut Access and I mostly keep it around because I really like to do cards straight from Cricut Design Space. I like to make a lot of cards for people, friends and family and stuff like that. And I really like how everything is totally preloaded with a card and an envelope. So I mostly utilize it for that. And I also really like having the writing fonts available to me super easily, because you guys know you can import fonts that will write with your pens just fine, but it is nice to have single line writing fonts just right there at your fingertips. But I totally understand if you want to, pick one or the other. If I had to pick one or the other, I would probably buy from Design Bundles, since it's not a recurring monthly charge and you can control a little bit more of what you spend, because I did not have Cricut Access for a long time. I just used Design Bundles and external programs. So if I was choosing between the two, that's what I would choose, but it's totally up to you. Let me see. I got a couple questions here. Will you always be mainly covering Cricut stuff, or will there be more silhouette stuff? That is a great question, Cami. So I get that fairly often, and I'm probably going to stay in the Cricut world for the most part because that's what I know the most about. But one of the things that I'd like to do this year is to try to get Silhouette Studio and learn how to utilize that along with Cricut Design Space. I do a lot of stuff. Well, I use a lot of different programs, really. It just depends on what I'm doing. I use Procreate and Inkscape and sometimes Design Space, but I would really like to use the Silhouette Studio Business Edition to create SVGs and then export them as SVGs and use them in Cricut Design Space, because I don't know about you guys, and we don't want to get down this road of bashing Cricut, but I definitely have struggled with Design Space in the last couple of weeks. And as it gets a little bit less reliable, seemingly, I'd like to have another option available to me. So Cami, I may be doing some Silhouette Studio tutorials and stuff like that if I feel like I can get the hang of it, but most of it's going to be Cricut related stuff. Lynn wants to know, are these in addition to a membership? So Lynn, you can do design. Wait, hold on, sorry. Let me back that up. You can do the dollar deals in addition to the plus membership, as I think what you're referring to. And you can totally do that if you want to. Another advantage to being a member, if you are not already, is that you actually have 24 hours to shop the dollar deals. So you don't have to be there just for that 1 hour. You have a whole 24 hours to get all that shopping in. But I don't believe that your plus credits transfer into the $1 deal sale. Yes, and Cami says she's using Adobe Illustrator now. So I've considered using Illustrator as well. I'm definitely going to be getting the Adobe Suite soon. And I want to learn how to do that too. I want to learn how to design in all the programs, because I just think that it's really useful to have lots of options depending on what you're trying to do. Guys, I have so much fun stuff. I have so much fun stuff to share with you, because I have been working on learning how to hand letter. So for the past like 6 or 7 months or so, I've been learning how to hand letter in Procreate, and I'd like to do some SVGs for you guys this year. So that's a big reason why I like to use Procreate, because I'm not very good at drawing. I'd like to get better, but I'm not very good at drawing. But I'm okay at hand lettering, so I am definitely getting some stuff there. Oh, Barb says she'll come down to the office and teach me. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, and lots of you guys are using different programs. Oh, April just discovered Design Bundles and it's awesome. Yes, girl, it is. It's awesome. Like, there's just so many good things. So many good things about Design Bundles. I've worked with the company for gosh, a while. I've been promoting the dollar deal sales for over 2 years at this point. So I've asked them questions. I have bought gift cards for people on design bundles, and I've worked with their customer service team, and they're super nice and just really, really, really nice people. Another thing that I do want to mention too, and I'm going to be going live tomorrow during the design bundles dollar deal sale. So I'll probably go live at like 11:45 or so that I can start answering your guys' questions as you're shopping. But something that you may want to note is that Design Bundles, the company, is located over in Europe. So some banks and some PayPal accounts tend to deny the purchase if they feel like it's fraud. So make sure that you have your bank ready to roll if you've never made a Design Bundles purchase before. That does not affect, like, from what I've seen, like 90% of people get through without a problem, but occasionally people will kind of panic on dollar deals day. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. My bank is denying this and saying it's fraudulent. It's not fraudulent, I promise. It's just because they are overseas. Sometimes people do have issues with this. So you just want to be able to contact your bank if you need to, or have an alternate way to pay if you're really excited about these particular deals. So Deb says, I just got here. Congratulations on full-time creator. Are you leaving 143? Yes, Deb. So my last day at 143 was this past Friday. And if you guys want to watch this replay, I talked about it a lot in the beginning. It was definitely a bittersweet day. For me, it was exciting to start this new journey, but it is definitely also hard to leave a job that I really, really loved. So, though I am not a full time member of the marketing team anymore, I am still an affiliate, which is why we did the DIY Alex box to make sure that you guys know that I'm not going anywhere. But I'm still going to be an affiliate. I'm still going to be moderating the Facebook group. I'm still going to be around somewhat. It's just going to be in a little bit of a different capacity. So, yeah, it'll definitely be different for a little while, and it'll be, I'll have some adjusting to do for sure. But I'm still really excited. It's going to be a really great journey. So let's see what other stuff. Lindsay says, yeah, design bundles are amazing. I scored 12 gnome SVGs for $2 for all 12. Yeah, and the bundles really are amazing. Like the stuff that they put on sale for like $1 or $2 really has a ton of value. It's kind of amazing. Cami says, thank you so much. Wish I knew how to do a YouTube channel. Would have to do so much research. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. Cami says that you love the freedom. Seems like Cricut has a lot of restraints. It does. Cricut Design Space, in my opinion, is easier to use than something like Silhouette. But it definitely does have more limitations to it because it is easier to use. So that's why I like offering different options for you guys, because I know I often need different options as well, because Design Space just doesn't have everything that I need. Overall, I think it's a great program because it really does work most of the time. I know that a lot of times when you hear people, talking about Cricut Design Space, you hear about a lot of negatives, but for how many users Cricut Design Space has, it really does work most of the time. It's just that it definitely has some, bug fixes that need to be worked on, and some updates that need to be done, some features that need to be added before it's a fully functional, completely independent design program. That's why I learned how to use things like Inkscape and Procreate and all those kinds of things so that I can use more, design features and stuff. So I totally agree with you, Cami. And hey, start your YouTube channel. I think that we could definitely use more people. I think we could definitely use more people in the Silhouette space. If I knew the Silhouette, I would definitely make videos on it. I just try to stick to the things that I know and the things that I'm learning, and I really have not done a lot of learning about Silhouette. Kayla says sometimes it's user flaws too. Absolutely. And I think also a lot of people do not, at least for me, when I used my first laptop that I had before this one, I did not necessarily buy my laptop intending to use it with Cricut Design Space. And Cricut doesn't require a ton of specific computer specs, but it definitely has some minimums that need to be met in order for it to run well. So I think that a lot of people's problem is that they are not necessarily using the best computer for Cricut Design Space, which can cause problems as well. If they don't have a lot of space on their hard drive and so things are running really slow, stuff like that can make the user experience not very good and people get really frustrated. But I don't necessarily think that it's always Cricut's fault in that respect, if that makes any sense. But like I said, I'm not bashing Cricut. I think most of the time it works really, really well. It just has a few things that need to be worked on before it can be fully, fully functional. April says, so happy for you. Does that mean more videos from you? Yes, April, I will be so much more available to make more videos and go live with you guys more often. So I am just so excited for that part, because that's really what I love, is interacting with you guys and meeting you and chatting with you. And before, I was really limited with my time, because I have been working like crazy for the past 2 years. And so I'm actually really looking forward to going down to just one job. It'll be nice to just have one. And I'm just looking forward to just more stuff, more of the stuff that I love with you guys, and also more of, just more margin in my life. I have not done a ton of hobbies outside of crafting for the last couple of years, because this has been a lot of my life, which I love, and I definitely don't regret that. But I'm looking forward to having a little bit more time on my hands. It's always a good thing. Lindsay says, I've been debating between a Cricut and Silhouette for a second machine. So I downloaded both software, and Cricut is really similar to Brother Scan and Cut I have currently. Yeah, Lindsay, and honestly, I don't, when it comes down to machines, not that you're asking me, I'll just give you my unsolicited advice here. I really think that it's just personal preference. I don't know what you call this. What do you call the comparison thing? The analogy that I usually use with Cricut versus Silhouette, as I tell people that the Cricut is a lot like the iPhone, where it's a lot easier to use, but there's not necessarily as many options for customization, where the Silhouette is more like an Android. It has a little bit more difficult software, but at the same time, you can do a lot more directly in the software. Just like on an Android phone, you can customize a lot more of your settings and your screens and things like that, than you can on the iPhone, but it takes a little bit of a bigger learning curve. So I usually advise people to go kind of with wherever their technology skills take them. If they feel like they're a little more proficient in technology and they want a few more options, I usually do recommend the Silhouette for them in that regard. But also, if you don't feel like you're as confident in things like that, then the Cricut is a great choice. Now, you also have the option to use the Silhouette Business Edition software, to do your designing, and then you can take it over to the Cricut in Cricut Design Space, because you Silhouette users, let me know if I'm wrong on this, because I'm always afraid I'm going to say it wrong. The Business Edition of Silhouette Studio can export SVGs, so you can do your designing in Silhouette Studio and then upload into Cricut Design Space and use it that way. So that's an option for you as well if you like the Silhouette software, because if you're honestly asking me, I think that the Cricut Maker is the best cutting machine on the market, in my opinion. I just think that with the power and the ease of use, that it is the best machine out there. And that's just my personal opinion. But I do agree with you that the software is a little bit subpar. So that's what I would recommend if you're stuck between the two. But really, it's a personal choice. And, both machines are great. Cricut's and Silhouette machines are both phenomenal. So that's kind of my take on it. But yeah, you can go with whatever you want. Kayla says the best part is you can test drive the programs before you buy the machine. Agreed. Yeah, I think that is a great, really important part of it. Oh, thank you, Ashley. She says she's happy for me. Yeah, so it's going to be so exciting. I'm excited for you. I love watching your videos. You're always so helpful. Oh, thank you, Misty. I try really hard to be helpful with you guys, and, give you as much advice and as much stuff as I've been able to learn over the past couple of years. But I'm also excited to pursue more difficult projects. That's something that I've wanted to do for a while, but I've kind of been stuck in just what I already know and utilizing that to make videos for you guys. So I've got tons of projects that I want to try and learn more about this year, like foiling and things like that. You will also see me go much more in the wedding direction. So I don't know if you guys have seen that in some of my marketing, but I'll talk a little bit about weddings, but I don't, pardon me. Let me grab a drink real quick. I don't end up talking about weddings as much as I do in my marketing. And so something that I'm going to do this year is really lean heavy into wedding content. So that is something that I'm super passionate about, because that's how I got started with my Cricut in the first place. I got my Cricut a little over 4 years ago when I was engaged to be married, and I learned how to use my Cricut to decorate my wedding and to make stuff for my wedding. So that's really kind of where things all started for me. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping DIY brides, especially with the way that the last year or so has gone with weddings and how it's really shaken up the wedding industry, because a lot of people have lost lost a lot of money and had to replan a lot of stuff for their wedding and stuff like that. So you're going to see me go in that direction for a while. And I'm not necessarily going to stay there forever, but that's really going to be my focus over the next year or so. So hopefully my other videos will entertain you if you're not interested in wedding content. But I also think that a lot of wedding stuff is transferable into other things as well. So you'll see, maybe a tutorial for, say, a wooden sign or something like that. But you guys can make your own wooden signs and they don't have to be like a wedding guest book sign just because that's what the tutorial's title is, if that makes sense. So there's lots of options for the ways that you can use these tutorials. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I'm so excited. Ooh, Cassandra said, what about 3D paper crafting to try this year? That is on my list of things to give a try. I normally am not super patient, so cutting a bazillion paper layers kind of sounds crazy to me, but it is something I want to try, Cassandra. That's on my list too. Laura says, I wish I'd gotten the Maker instead of the Explorer Air 2. Wish I could trade it in. Well, I understand what you mean, Laura, especially if you've already changed your mind. But I would encourage you to look at selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Sell your Explorer Air 2 before or after you get the Maker, because these are really popular. And especially as the pandemic progresses and people are at home more and needing more income, I see the rise of Cricut and silhouette and die cutting in general going becoming even more popular than it already is. So I bet you could get a pretty good price for it on Facebook Marketplace if you want to upgrade your machine. Misty said, I bought all the stuff to make the vinyl holder that's sitting behind you. Yay! The wood is cut to be put together. That's exciting. Yes, I love this guy, and I still have not changed my mind. I still think it's the best vinyl storage that I've ever had. I love it. And I bought a lot more vinyl to fill it up. Debbie says, I have no experience with Cricut, but I love my silhouette. I'm self and YouTube taught and have found extremely helpful to me. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that, Debbie. That's awesome. Kayla says, didn't Cricut do a trade-in type thing before? I don't recall a trade-in. I know that if you're having problems with your machine, sometimes they'll offer you like 10% off your the purchase of a new machine if you're having issues with your machine and it's out of warranty. That's the only thing that I've ever heard of, but I could be totally wrong on that. But yeah, there you go, Debbie. You just volunteered yourself. If you guys have silhouette questions, you're welcome to direct them to Debbie. Debbie Hill is amazing. Gosh, Debbie, where did we meet? Did we meet at the Crazy Crafters event in Nashville? Is that where I met you first, or was it on the cruise? No, I think it was Nashville because you live in Tennessee. So I think that was the event so I've actually met Debbie in person. And so we go way back. We've got history. Can you put the link to the vinyl holder? Yes, I will grab that for you. Give me just a second. I'll get on my laptop and I will link that video. My husband and I did a tutorial on how he made this for me. So Leanne said she was introduced to a Cricut while planning your daughter's wedding. Oh, was it the conference? Okay, so you're right. That was a couple months later that fall, huh? The Crazy Crafters Convention is what it was called. Yeah. Sure thing, Aunt Venus Gifts. Let me grab that for you. And it's definitely not the world's easiest project. I won't lie to you and say that it's super easy. But I mean, I don't feel like it was impossible either. The front of this guy is the IKEA bag holders that you guys have seen a lot of people use, like the half circle thing that goes on their wall. So this is basically just flat vinyl holders with a frame to go around the sides. That's essentially how it's done. But we did a whole video for you so that you can see all the steps. My husband is a rock star for that kind of stuff. Looking on design bundles while listening, what does it mean instead of a price tag says the One Plus credit? So that's if you are a Plus member. So you can only purchase those files if you are a Design Bundles Plus member. That is not required for what you are going to be doing tomorrow, but that is something to explore. I know a lot of people enjoy the Plus membership. I typically don't pay for it because I just buy the stuff that I am looking for, but a lot of people have it and they really like it. Yes, that's true. It is a great pandemic project. Carla says, my husband and I made a half-size version of that same holder. Oh, cool. Yeah, and that's the great thing is, so this first one that my husband Andrew built is basically unit by unit. So this is 3 vinyl holders high. But then when we did the second one that we did the tutorial for you guys, we kind of did, I guess there's 2 parts to the frame. So there's like 2 vinyl holders in kind of a unit, and there's 2 stacked on top of each other. So it's a total of 4 of these vinyl holders high, and I absolutely love it. But you can customize it and make it any size that you want. You don't necessarily have to make it as tall as we did. I just needed a lot of room for my HTV. Yeah, gosh. I always laugh when I think about this video. Y'all don't know. You don't know the teeth pulling I had to go through to get my husband to let me record every single thing. We recorded this video for like 6 hours in like July. So it was super hot. It was in our garage, and I had to get every single camera angle of every single thing he was doing, and he was so annoyed. And then after that, I had to edit it down and get him to voice over his very first video. And so then I had to teach him how to voice over, and then we had to do it for a 25-minute long video. So yeah, it was definitely a bit of a struggle, but I'm so glad that it's here, and he loves when he gets compliments on that video. So if you guys watch that video and you think he did a great job, definitely let him know, because I always tell him, and he kind of like shrugs it off like, oh yeah, whatever, but he likes it. He likes it. And also, my husband is an amazing builder. Like, he is so talented in what he does, and he'll never admit it, and he'll never tell you guys about it, and he'll never start a YouTube channel, even though he threatens to all the time. But he is so talented at building things for me. He built my heat press table. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I was just posting last week about how he mounted all of my flowers. We created like a little, I don't know what you call it. I don't know. You guys just want to see? I'll show it to you. We're going to take a little trip, so sorry if this makes you a little sick to your stomach. And also, my craft room's crazy, so sorry about that. Flower wall. Yes, Lindsay, that's the words I'm looking for. So he helped me mount these things on the wall using L brackets. And it definitely took some engineering to get there, because the first thing we tried did not work. But he is super talented at all this stuff. And so you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff there. And then he also built me this heat press table right here. He built that gray table for me with a thing on the bottom. So he is super talented, even though he will never act like it. It's just not his thing to be up in front of people. That's my thing, I guess. Okay, sorry, guys. This might get a little rocky. I've got you on my iPad holder here. There we go. So, yeah. Well, gosh, guys. I'm excited by this, like, fun conversation. I didn't think it would take this long. Oh, thank you. Gosh, I have to say, I have to brag on my husband there. He is an amazing craftsman, if you will. And he definitely does things his own way, which is why it was so funny trying to get him to explain what he did on the vinyl holder. Like, he just was like, well, I just did this. And I was like, well, what is that? Like, what does that mean? Like, what did you do? You know what I mean? Because he's trying to explain it to me, because I didn't even know how he built this. I was learning and watching him as he was building the other one for the tutorial, and trying to get him to like elaborate was cracking me up, because he is definitely a man of few words. So he was like, well, I just cut the things off and I just drilled this together, and yeah, whatever. And I was like, that's not really going to work for like the whole like teaching aspect of things. We've got to get some more words going here. So let me know if your guys' husbands are like that. Like, trying to get them to explain in more than a few words is just, it's just a little bit of a struggle. But they always do a good job, and I'm super thankful that he's willing to do that stuff for me, because I always have crazy ideas. Lindsay says her husband is the same. Like, it's just, it was a good time. He was ready to kill me by the time the video was over, but that's okay. He said it was his one and only video, so we'll see about that, especially now that I'm full-time. We'll see. Oh, you guys. Okay, and then I really am going to run off here, because I don't want to take your all's whole day up. But you guys see this crazy eyesore of a mess thing over here? Not my tumblers. This tumbler station over here, this baby is getting ready to get a redo. I ordered a cabinet from Wayfair, and I am literally so excited to get that thing out of here, get it moved, and get a whole new epoxy station set up. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I'm going to put it together. Well, actually, Andrew's going to put it together. And if I like it, I will definitely be sharing it with you guys. I haven't shared it with you yet for that reason, because I want to make sure that I like it before I tell you guys that it's a good idea and that you should consider buying it. But once I figure it out, I totally want to share it with you, because I searched high and low and far and wide for a good storage solution to everything while also keeping the mess contained, and I literally could not find it anywhere. So when I finally saw this cabinet online just a couple weeks ago, I like jumped right away. I had Andrew measure in here and I was like, okay, cool. And I bought it, and I'm super excited to share that with you. So that'll be my next stage of my craft room redo. My craft room's really getting there. And eventually, when I'm happy enough with it, I will do a craft room tour for you guys, because I don't know if you guys have been following me for the past year or so. But I've really been putting a lot of work into this room, getting it into a space that I like it and I enjoy being in here, and that I can hide the mess, because I hate looking at a mess. It does not help inspire me whatsoever. I have to have a clean room in order to create. So, hopefully I'll be able to take you guys on that journey really soon once I get things all decorated. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, I turned you around. So there's my craft room. I was trying to show you guys the comments. There's kind of what I've got going so far. I've still got some work to do on the top and stuff, but that's my development so far in the craft room. It's looking pretty good. That's what I was trying to do, see your all's comments. Debbie says, oh geez, there will never be a video with my hubby. There aren't enough bleep buttons. So Debbie, that was the really good thing about the way that I was able to do the one in the garage, is that even though he was very annoyed with me, I cut out all of the audio. So there were like dogs barking, there were cars driving by, there was people everywhere, there was kids like riding their like really loud like toys on the pavement and everything, and I cut out all the audio, and that's why we did the voiceover at the end. After I cut everything down, then we sat down and watched it together, and we like talked all the way through it, and that's where you get the audio in that video. But man, it was a real struggle, because honestly, it's not a super easy thing to do, even for like me. And so my poor husband, it's his first video, and here I am like making him do the hard stuff. But it worked out really well, because no matter what he said, y'all never heard it, because I cut the audio out. Tumbler without epoxy, do you ever do that? Yes, all the time, absolutely. And as long as you have a tumbler that has a good smooth surface on it, you can totally do that. I don't necessarily recommend it on the like bumpier powder coated tumblers. You can do that, but it's just not as it's not as likely to stay as easily as if you have like a smoother, like this tumbler. This is one that I made at 143 vinyl. This is the 30-ounce ones that they sell that are colored. And this is this is the 143 vinyl, opal vinyl. And it worked out really, really well, because these are nice and smooth. So the vinyl sticks beautifully. Cassandra says, will you ever get into sublimation? Oh, well, let's see how many printers and other things I can fit in this room, and then I will answer that for you, Cassandra. I want to get into sublimation. How's that for you? I want to get into sublimation, but I am kind of running at max capacity in here. So we'll see where that takes me. I think it would be neat to do tutorials on it and to learn a new skill. So that's one of those things. I've considered ordering some transfers off of like Etsy just to give it a shot without necessarily printing it myself. But I want to see what I can do. I know, and people are like, oh my gosh, Alex, you've got this huge craft room. Because I'll be honest, you guys, I am super blessed to have a pretty big craft space. But even big craft spaces have their limits, because there's also things like glow forges that I want. So many things. You guys know, as you start learning more about crafts, you just want more and more stuff. And even I can't hold all of it. So we'll see where that takes me. We will see. And it kind of depends on what you guys ask for too. Because, I don't necessarily aspire to have a tutorial on every single thing on the Cricut planet. But I want to give you guys what you want. So if you guys want sublimation or you want certain things, let me know and I will do my best to get them for you. Kayla says next you'll need a shed, right? I'll need a whole house if I don't stop here soon. Lisa says, where did you buy your pink storage bins? Love them. Thank you. I bought them from Target. They are actually from the kids section, believe it or not. The brand is Pillow Fort, and I bought them online because I found a couple of the ones in store that I liked, and then I didn't quite have enough because I needed, like, how many is that? 24 of them? 18 of them or something? 4 by 3 times 2 is 24 minus 6. So I needed 18 of them. And so I had to order them online. But yeah, the brand is Pillow Fort, and they are definitely from the kids section. That's true. Cassandra said the more stuff you discover, the smaller your craft room gets. I know. And like I have the biggest bedroom in our house is my craft room right here. So I'm like, I can't really go any bigger. I could reorganize for sure. But now that I've spent a lot of money on my craft room, I don't really want to reorganize anytime soon. So it just kind of depends. I've also thought about putting an island in the middle of my craft room, which I might do soon too. I work out in this room too, which is why I have not put an island in here yet, because it gives me a lot of space to move around. But I'm thinking about pushing this table back against this wall. Sorry, I'm shaking the iPad again. Pushing the table back against this wall and putting an island in the middle. So that's like my latest possible development of stuff I might do next. I really don't know. Kayla says, does your bed fit in the living room? It might. I don't know. Andrew's just going to come home one day and I'm just going to have all the rooms shifted around like, hey, sorry, just had to take another room. That's true. A she shed would be a good idea. That's true. It's not the worst idea. Lindsay says a house won't be enough. Nothing is ever big enough for all of us crafters. I know. It's so bad. And you would think that at a certain point we would just be like, oh, enough is enough. Absolutely not. We're like, ooh, it's pretty, it's shiny, I like it, let's buy it, let's go. I'm just like all of you guys with all that stuff too. So yeah, we'll see. I don't have an answer for you because I really don't know, but I definitely thought about it, especially sublimation, because I already have a heat press. That is pretty much easy and taken care of. All I would need is a second printer, right? Just casual. That's all. Just another printer, whatever. I do have space over there. You guys got the wheels turning now. Oh, exactly. The stores don't help us by creating new product every day. I know. And with and with 143 vinyl still being in my local pickup, I could still pick up things locally, absolutely, because obviously I used to drive there every day. So it's just kind of dangerous. It's a dangerous habit, but I love it. And it's legal. So I could be addicted to worse, right? That's what I always tell myself. I'm like, it could be illegal. It could be worse. So, well, anyway, guys, it's been so much fun chatting with all of you guys and catching up. It's been forever since I have been live with you. So I was just glad to just let you guys know where I'm at. That's why you're going to see me during the day more often, because I will officially be home working on doing all of this. So I can't wait to share with more oh my gosh, guys, what am I saying? I know I've been live too long because now my words are getting all mixed up. So now you guys will see me during the day more often because I'll be doing work for DIY Alex all the way during the day. That's right, Nancy. It absolutely is an addiction. No doubt about it. Look at that. It caused me to quit my job. No, I'm just kidding. But it is definitely a fun addiction. Hot Mess Express at home version. That's right, Lindsay. I was thinking about kind of rebranding my little Hot Mess Express that I used to have at 143 Vinyl with Heather. So I was thinking about the struggle bus. What do you guys think? You think you could ride the struggle bus kind of like you ride the Hot Mess Express? I feel like that would be a pretty good solution. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this tumbler is awesome. I really love these tumblers, and I really like these lids. I like that they have like a little splash guard on them, which is really, really nice. And then they also have a hole for a straw if you want that too. So there's lots of good options with these, which is what I like about them. And this opal vinyl looks so cool on here. This is the blue opal vinyl, and this is the navy 30-ounce tumbler. So from 143 Vinyl. Yes, and so that is actually what we were just talking about, Fulla. This vinyl holder is one that my husband made for me. A couple of minutes ago, I dropped the link in the comments to the tutorial as to how you can make it. So if you want to make your own, you can check that out. DIY Hot Mess Express. That's right, Kayla. I'll DIY my own Hot Mess Express. It's me. Hot Mess Express, struggle bus, who knows? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys around really soon. Bye.